It's not so easy nowadays. And there are traces from the past of those who sat on a Vajra seat or sat on a rock. Vajra means diamond. It's a symbol of something very hard, like a rock. But still, they all spread a thick layer of grass to sit on. So I said that there are many examples. And so it's kind of we do not intentionally increase the pain. We better arrange the environment so that we can minimize the unnecessary pain. The place where you sit should be bright. It should not be dark either, day or night. So that's why the meditation hall we use, there's a dial to adjust the brightness. The technique is to keep it warm in winter and cool in summer. I initiated my Zen practice from the Rinzai style, and then they are opposite. They open the window during winter and let the snow in. And then, I don't know, I didn't see that they set the fire on the stove, during summer. But this is also implied for Dogen. Zazen is not a self-mortification. Right? So it's the first paragraph is about the environment. So as far as you can follow this discipline or policy or direction, you can have your own Zen place, even corner of your room. It does not require. This is very unique to Zen Zazen because usually for the ceremony you need lots of tools like a gong or a bell, and then particularly esoteric Buddhism. You need lots of dharma, those things, exotic it's called when the Tibetan monk use those things, right? But somehow Zen, particularly Zen developed in Japan, prefer the simplicity and plainness, and also simplicity. So what we need is nice, quiet environment, and then good temperature, and then sitting mat. That's it. Then, and as far as you satisfy those, fulfill those condition requirements, I think you can do the main practice of Zen. So after he talked about the environment, then he moved to explanation of Zazen itself. Okay, cast aside all involvements and discontinue the myriad affairs. This means we should leave everyday affairs behind when you enter into this space. In a sense, it's a kind of sacred space. So even you are engaged in investment company or insurance company or household activities or study or whatever you have in your world, you have to leave them behind mentally, or at least you have some commitment to do it. Of course, it's not easy. It's very sticky things, and they're not easy to cast aside all those involvement. But at least we should try. That's why we make vows. In America, I'm often asked why we should bow when we enter the room, because of Judeo-Christian. Many students grown up in that religious tradition, so this is very different meaning. We just do this as a pay respect and so on, but some students ask me, we are told that we should not do this.
worship false idols.
Yeah, except the God or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And then they are somehow like negative feeling about all these kind of lectures, gestures. But so I explained, this is a gesture to leave those involvement behind. So in Buddhism, different connotation or meaning. That's why there's many helpful means to attain this kind of casting aside thing. But changing the costume, that's one thing. Or washing hand or washing feet or those things. The Zen monastery, there is such a things because Zen monastery, life in the Zen monastery is designed to promote these all kinds of conditions which help to sit Zazen, ideally speaking. So, and then good is not thought of, and evil is not thought of. This is in this space of Zazen, the moralistic, the good, bad, those judgmental mentality is not necessary. We don't need it. So maybe we need it. We need those judgment and the analysis and then speculation and then calculation and so on in the world, but not in the Zazen guru. So in a sense, the mind should be used completely differently in the space Dogen described the first chapter, the first paragraph. That's why it says it is not mind, intellect, or consciousness. It is not thoughts, ideas, or perceptions. Do not figure to make a Buddha. So this is very embarrassing to me when I studied this text for the first time, because we try to become a Buddha. At least we try to improve myself by doing this. But Dogen said, don't figure to make a Buddha. That is still extra to the sitting. Maybe it should be, it's needed, need to be explained. But if we have a goal in mind when we're doing something, we are split it. The goal is always attained in the future. So to figure to make a Buddha means we are always thinking about the future, and then that's orientation. That's that activity separated us. Will separate us from what we are doing now. Right? So the focus is now, not the future. So even this, I want to be, when I would be a Buddha, or how to become a Buddha, and those, even a positive, good plan is just nothing but a plan. It's not so different from planning, how to call her for the date, in a sense. For Zazen, the planning to become a Buddha, the planning to be, planning to call for my girlfriend is the similar or same thing. It's similarly extra, not necessary. And then slew of sitting or declining. So Zazen, from outside, Zazen look like sitting, but actually Dogen want to say it's not just the ordinary sitting or ordinary lying. It's not. The essence of Zazen is beyond those physical posture, physical appearance. Okay, and then you should be moderate in food and drink. I break this one because I feel very hungry now. This is the second day, so if